The Dromi family begins in southeast Yemen in a village called Ghada. A respected family, they maintained a successful spice distribution business and were partners with the king's family. Eli was born on April 12, 1949 in Ghada, Yemen. There was tremendous hostility and anti-Semitism which forced the Jews to leave. Most of the Yemenites left by foot. Incredibly, the Dromi family was saved by the wings of the eagle.
In Yemen, Jews faced a wave of rioting. International rescue groups began to plan for an emergency airlift of Yemenites to Israel. But many had never seen an airplane before. Shimon Avizemer, a Yemenite Jew who fled to Palestine in 1935, was sent on a mission back to Yemen to rescue thousands of Jews in danger.
When I came to this desert, there were nearly 4,000 people in the desert, in that camp, that terrible camp. There was only sand and very little huts that they live in. What we had to do, only to teach them, to prepare them for Israel, to teach them the Hebrew. You know, in that desert, I had 2,500 pupils. 2,500 pupils from 3 years old until 60 years old. And they loved their learning, and spirit was very high. In what? In that desert, in that sand, in that terrible heat. Terrible heat. They never complained. Why? Because they waited. They helped. They knew that tomorrow we shall be saved. Tomorrow we shall go to Israel. On Shabbat, we read that part of the Torah. It was Parashat Yitro. And in Parashat Yitro, we read that words, Va'esa etchem al kanfe nesharim va'avi etchem. And I shall take you, with the eagle wings, to Israel. The Jewish community in Yemen lived the Torah, and they lived that the Nesher, this Nesher, is the aeroplane. It's the aeroplane. And when the aeroplane came the following day, and the Sunday, the eagle, or if you want, the aeroplane, came and took the first wave to Eretz Yisrael.
ותאמר לבית יעקב ותגיד לבני ישראל התמרי איתם אשר עשיתי למצרים ואשאתכם על כנפי נשורים ואביאכם
The Dromi family arrived to Israel and brought directly to refugee camps, also known as Ma'abarot. Upon arrival, Eli was 6 months old and taken from his mother, Shula, to be put in an infant facility within the camp. At the time, many Yemenite babies within the infant facility were taken from their parents to be sold to other families who couldn't bear children.
وهي وصلت بيوسي أمر فكرش فقعنا شيلت الثانية تجاهلت وما المرض تيجي أما تيجي ليه أمرت دي بدمتها بالبونة رنيتها للكي ونخلص تغلق في البشني وليلي شلوش نتينو خلصت يوتي بفني كشل تحكاوي فوقت الدل بطبخة روش كشل تحكاوي وجعلتهم كبورو على السماء شم أمت دخل الضرع لكثة
After the Ma'abarot, the family was relocated to Shikunim, government projects in a town called Gedera. By age 11, Eli and his family were relocated to their final destination, the Kerem HaTemanim. This was his best childhood memories. After high school, Eli enlisted himself to the Special Army Division called Nachal.
The war started. I'm thinking, holy man, how are we going to survive? Now, 6th of June, I was next to Syria. I was next to the Kinneret. On our Air Force, in 6 hours, destroyed all the airplane of Egypt.
After the war, he trained to be an officer and completed his courses. He was 23 and released from the army.
If everybody had an ocean across the USA.
By 1972, Eli and 3 of his friends decided to come to America and landed in New York. He didn't like New York and felt Los Angeles might be a better place for him.
A bushy blonde hairdo, serving USA.
Times were rough, and he was alone. He worked 16-hour days as a janitor and a counselor for a year and a half at Stephen S. Wise Temple.
All over Manhattan, and down Doheny Way. Everybody's gone serving USA. We'll all be planning out a route we're gonna take real soon. We're waxing down our surfboard.
In October 1973, Israel was attacked. The Yom Kippur War started. Eli got on the next available flight to go and help. During his work, Eli enrolled himself at the University of Judaism and completed his bachelor degree. He was promoted to be an English teacher and a Hebrew teacher at Stephen S. Wise Temple. During that time, he was also studying business and economy at UCLA. By age 27, Eli was a licensed realtor.
Joining us next is Eli Jomi. As I mentioned at the top of the program, that he's the whiz. Now, he's from Israel, named Eli Jomi, as I mentioned, and he has been causing quite a story around Southern California because there's not one house that he doesn't seem to be selling. What are you doing here? What are you making so much money for?
Well, first of all, let me correct you. My name is Eli, not Eli. Eli is an English name, and I prefer to be called Eli. And the second thing, I don't deal with houses. I deal with income property, commercial property mostly.
I read in the LA Times, the article that was written about you in the LA Times, that you were a janitor, or while you were studying, am I correct? And were you studying real estate at the time?
No, what I did is, I came here about 6 years ago, and when I came here, I was attending university, and I worked as a janitor at Stephen Wise Temple. And I finished my bachelor, and then I went for a master's degree. And then at certain points I realized, no, they moved me from a janitor to become a bus driver, and then a bookkeeper, and then a teacher, and then a youth director. Then I reached the point that I realized that I wouldn't be able to produce that much. I mean, I have exhausted my potential in the Jewish education, sort of, because it's very difficult, it's very complicated over there to achieve everything you want to achieve.
Let's take a commercial break, because that's who pays me, okay?